imagine if we got the plane
but I'm
ticket,
just saying,
the hotel ticket, and everything.
There's some events that are scheduled not until September that have been canceled already. So we don't know what's going to happen with all of this coronavirus issue. So
quite all right.
It might be best to maybe reschedule them for next year, possibly. But that's just.
Well, I got the message today, Theo Bowman Leadership Academy. They first had canceled the games open to the public just for family, and then they canceled the fan bus, and then they decided to let's just close the school. So for Theo Bowman Leadership Academy, no school from Monday until April 3rd. I know that the Munster schools are closed. St. Stanislaus closed. Valparaiso University is not completely closed. I know that the IU is closed.
On the right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was timing myself. GPS talking. I know that the campus of Valparaiso, for the students, the classes are closed. They are to go online, but the campus is open. The University of Chicago, the one over there on 55th and Hyde Park, they're completely closed, including the dorms. They're sending away students. My question is, what about those students that are not from here, but they're studying abroad in this country?
Can I say something about that? I want to thank WBEZ for doing a special program about exactly what Eve just said, because when universities are closed just like that, not every student can afford to go back home. They talked about a lot of the issues.
What about our Chinese students, from the countries that are affected? How are you going to send them out?
No, you don't want to send them back, but they may have family somewhere else in the United States.
I would hope so. I hope
so.
So
They talk a lot about those issues, so I'll talk about them mañana. And something I seen on the internet today, I do want to talk about because I didn't like what I saw. So take it away, señorita.
So, as I was saying about these places that are being closed, there is a page, shout out to Dan Pantoja. We started out, he actually launched it out, Northwest Indiana Coronavirus News, and we're posting what is going on, updates and whatnot. And I just read all Illinois schools closed till the end of the month. Crown Point and Lake Central are closed until at least April 13th. Better be safe than sorry, as some people are saying. I truly agree. Munster School District will also be closed until April. They're about to send a robocall. I know that Thea Bowman I just received 3 robocalls. And so we just need to quit panicking. People make scandal for profit. I wonder which news media is the one that's got higher ratings. The one that's reporting this more? Granted, we have to be cautious, but common sense is not so common, because if it was common, everyone would have it. And because we don't have that much common sense, or not everyone has common sense, I saw a big, huge billboard on the highway that says, please wash your hands. I'm like, really? Yeah, it's sad to say. And you guys may know that this have happened to you. Have you gone into the women's bathroom? Because I don't go to the men's bathroom, Juan. Tell me if you've noticed this. I almost did once by accident. I'm like, oh, sorry, wrong door. That I have seen women go in the bathroom and walk right on out without washing their hands. Ew, what the heck is wrong with you people? You know what? Now people are waking up, just like how I talk about my president, and he's our president, yours too. He's everybody's president. Whether we like him or not, he is our president. We can't change that. He's here until next elections, and who knows if he's going to win again or not. Nonetheless, which today he made it in a national emergency. State of emergency. Today, he called it out as a national state of emergency so that we can get $50 billion to spread amongst the country to help. I'm glad that clinics and hospitals are now testing for free. They have a drive-up tents. Also, Google has partnered with them so that they can do a website immediately so that they can put in their information, and they are told where is the nearest place they can go to. Instead of going to a hospital, to a clinic, they can get the swab and get tested in the mouth right then and there. So I think that helps decrease some of the panic and craziness in the hospitals. I truly believe that by sending people that are testing positive to a hospital and putting them in quarantine there. I don't think that that is the best thing or the smartest thing to do, because you already got sick people in the hospital.
Can I ask you a question?
Yo.
Well, of course, there's a lot of special programs about the coronavirus on a lot of the English stations. I have not looked at the Spanish stations. Do you know by any chance, are they talking about the coronavirus on Spanish stations?
Yes,
okay.
They are.
Because I haven't looked at the
Hello,
Spanish
just
stations.
catching up with you guys. Hola, saludos, ¿cómo están, mi Vicky? ¿Y qué pasó tú? Cody, how you guys doing? For those watching live on Facebook and live on YouTube, thank you so much for watching us. We're talking about the coronavirus, but I'm not going to take the entire program talking about what the whole world is talking about. That's just too much. We got to keep it positive, people. We got to keep it safe, clean, positive, and happy, because everybody's panicking, and I am not one to panic. I am not one to be in fear, walk in fear, and freak people out about all of this. Let's just educate ourselves. So again, like I was saying, I thank the president for what he's done, what he's doing. It's woken up my sleeping giant, our sleeping giant, the Latinos. What do I mean? They're finally waking up and saying, I'm going to become an American citizen so that I can vote. Well, there's a lot of American citizens that don't exercise that right, which is to vote. You have no voice if you don't vote. Cállese la boca si no votan. No pueden decir nada si no están votando. Pero gracias a nuestro presidente ha despertado al gigante durmiente. ¿Por qué digo eso? Porque ahora están poniéndose las pilas, se están armando, estudiando para pasar el examen de ciudadanía, y ahora se van a poner las pilas cuando llega el día de elección a votar. I know Illinois had voting. Indiana's about.
I didn't say
you
nothing.
You just love to interrupt, Juanito. You know, I'm going to treat you like my child.
Eve, when is your election?
Cinco de Mayo.
When is your election, Eve Gomez?
Indiana is May 5th.
When is your election?
I'm in Indiana. I'm a resident of Indiana. That is my election, May 5th. Thank you. What was I saying? See, you interrupt, man. I told you. What didn't I tell him, Scott, earlier? Go ahead, say what you got to say, because I will not be interrupted. He's like a child. Don't know how to be quiet. Listen, Linda. Listen. Listening is a skill, by the way, guys. And believe me, I promise you that once you start practicing it and learn to just listen, you'll realize that is a gift, that you may be missing out on something because you don't know how to listen. So as I was saying, I thank the president for his craziness, because people are waking up. People now are stepping up to the plate. People are now speaking out. So now, because of this coronavirus, which I don't believe it's a virus, I believe is something man-made, I have my beliefs and my facts that I won't speak of them now. I'm not here to panic the country. I'm not going to be one more person to have people panic. I'm not going to do that. On the contrary, we are not given that spirit of fear, but love. Love, love, love. Love to love the baby. There's a song, Love, by something Mar. Do you remember I used to play that song a lot? Only love. That's it. Only love. So anyway, because of that, I see people cleaning more than ever. And I'm like, thank you, Jesus. There's always something good coming out of something bad. I truly believe that. There's always something good out of everything that's meant to be evil for you. So I'm that type of person, and I hope that you are too. If not, I hope you become that, to look for the good in everything. To look for the good in everything. And so I was watching everything that's happening, how people are becoming, they're fighting in the stores, they're fighting over water. I don't know what this thing is about toilet paper. I guess maybe a lot of people have the runs. Or, you know, I don't know what it is. Do you know why they run out of toilet paper once, since you're shaking your head? No? If you
Part of the reason is because there is no expiration date on toilet paper. The other thing, I don't know.
You didn't answer my question.
The price,
okay. See,
if you notice,
the
price of toilet paper has gone up. And if I could say one more quick thing, it was the governor of New York that warned all the businesses, or those businesses in New York, those that are selling hand sanitizer for $80 a bottle, that they're going to risk losing their business license. It happens.
Are we going for some commercials?
Yes, we are.
Oh, saved by the commercial, Juanito. We'll be right back after these.
Did you hear that? some stores in New York are selling hand sanitizer bottles for $80 a bottle. The governor was on TV. I seen it. He said, "You really want to risk losing your business license for doing something pretty much stupid like that?" They're doing it.
A kid got suspended for selling squirts of sanitizer in the school. I said, that's a business child right there. That's a business mindset, an entrepreneur right there.
That got him to trouble.
Oh, he got suspended. He got suspended because he was selling squirts of sanitizer. He just thought, hey, I'm running a business now. There's a need and I'll supply. Supply and demand, right? Come on. I praise that child because he's got the right mindset about making money. I got a big old thing of hand sanitizer in the bathroom that it's just been there. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. And after we leave, I hope this was clean. Just saying. Housekeeping rules. Do not leave empty on half-drink bottles of water around. Please discard. Wipe all. They wiped with. You put in the camera with your hand right on the camera bar. Please. Do not leave food containers in the trash. Remove trash food when you leave the building. Yeah, we don't want no rodents. Hey, buenos días, buenas tardes. Aquí en vivo, a todo color. Feliz día, feliz viernes. No se me pongan tristes.
Hey, Friday the 13th, lady.
Today is a good day. I'm not superstitious. Jesus wasn't superstitious. Why are you? Friday the 13th.
Did I say I was superstitious?
So why'd you mention it?
Because
it's just another day.
So
it happens to fall on the 13th. Don't go there.
I said it.
I'm going to bring the Bible. Let me open up the Bible to you. So let it be written. So let it be done. So please do what it says here. Anyway, ¿cómo están ustedes? Aquí este niño que no se sabe callar la boca. I told him to say what he had to say and say his piece in the beginning, but he's always interrupting. My goodness. Juanito. Give a shout out to Scott. Scott said, I ain't scared. I'm going to walk in here and I'm going to show up and run the board today. That's right. So as I was saying to my Facebookers and YouTubers, and now back live here, back to live, back to reality here on AM 1370 and 92.7 FM, the Region's Choice and the People's Voice. And I am just so glad to be here. I'm not here as often as I told Juan. He's got a lot of airtime to say what it is he has to say. And when I come on, just allow me to say what I need to say, what people need to hear, not necessarily what people want to hear, Juanito. I'm not one to appease the ear, to appease somebody's ego. I'm not going to do that. So thank goodness for this virus. I know it sounds crazy for me to say that, but people are waking up, washing their hands, cleaning their homes, cleaning their offices, wiping down their computers. Hopefully, if you have an office phone, you're cleaning that because, oh my goodness, I have seen some phones that I'm afraid to put near my ear, including people's cell phones. It's the filthiest, dirtiest thing ever because we walk in with this phone in the bathroom, in the stalls. Yes, we're all guilty of it. Then you can't tell me it wasn't you. You used the phone while you were using the bathroom. We do that. Yes, we do. You guys, like, sometimes I do it too. I take the phone in the bathroom because somebody's going to call. I don't want to miss a call. But I don't use the phone while I'm using the bathroom. I use the phone while I'm in the bathroom, or I may hit mute and answer if I'm about to flush the bathroom, the toilet. But we got to clean our phones. Antibacterial, those alcohol swabs, clean them up. They're so filthy and dirty. Why? Because every time we flush the toilet, guess what comes up? Every time we use the hand blower, the hand dryer in the bathrooms, I am always looking for paper towels instead of using the hand blowers. Did you know, Juan, the hand dryers in the bathroom actually expand the bacteria from the heat? Did you know that? Oh, you learned something new today. Oh, yeah. So avoid using those dryers. Look for some toilet paper, looking for some paper towels. Or you know what I do? I dry them in my hair. It calms some of the frizz. I'll dry them in my hair. And I use my sleeve to open the doors if there aren't any paper towels. That's what I do. Common sense, people, but common sense isn't so common. I understood that when I see it, and I know it, that people don't always wash their hands. People cough and they don't cover their mouth. Look, Elmo teaches children. Maybe you should learn from Elmo too. The elbow. When you cough, fold that elbow and cough into your arm if you don't have tissue. Don't cough all up in the air. All right? All right. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Go ahead, caller.
How many times you're on and say, okay, can you sign here? Can you sign there? Always have your pen with you.
Right.
Maybe take two with you.
Hello.
You tend to leave one. Always have your pen. And also your soap that you wash dishes with. All soaps are not antibacterial. Palmolive has only the orange one is antibacterial. And Don also antibacterial.
Right.
I use, if there's paper towel, and after I get through drying my hands, the same towel paper towel that I use it to open the door with. But sometimes the basket is way over there against the wall, and I have the door open, and then I realize, well, where am I put the paper now? I tried to do one of those Michael Jordan,
Right.
Over there. A couple of times I missed it, but I left over out. But I use that same paper too. And people complain, but how many times do people go into the hospital, touching the elevator button, coming down, walking down, just holding on to the rail?
Yes.
People are complaining about that, and that's there ever since.
Yes.
It's such a big deal now on touching this and touching that.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to share.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
so much. And again, I will say that common sense is not so common. We got another phone call, 219-885-1371. The phone lines are open. Go ahead. You're on the air.
Steve, how are you doing, Steve?
I am doing fine. How about you?
Okay, we missed you spreading your stuff on stage.
I know. I had 2 songs, but I was congested and I was hoarse. And I said, I was congested, Juan. He's over here saying he's staying away from me. So I didn't want to overdo it. And I did text Dr. Vernon.
I just want you to know that we missed you. That's all.
Well, I miss you too.
And listen.
The word tough love.
Yeah, I know what it is. Show him some love, okay? Not just some tough love.
Okay.
Love.
Thank you so much. Love you.
Listen, one more thing.
Yes.
Your previous caller, I think that was Janice Ford. Would you, well, she'll hear this message. I need you to call me, Janice. I called you in your phone line, your phone box, or your message box.
It's full, huh? All right, Miss Janice. Call Dr. Fern. All right, be blessed. Yes, I did miss that event, and I was somewhat disappointed, but things do happen. And for 2 days, I nurtured my voice. I will not speak illness over me. I can say, people hear it, right? And I need to nurture my voice, because without my voice, I am not able to work. Literally. I don't do sign language, Juan. Would you understand when I'm dealing with legal issues? No, I cannot do that. So seriously, with all due respect, I do my best to give back to the community as much as I can, because that happens to be my passion, that happens to be my calling, that happens to be my ministry. And some of you may know what a ministry is, and I'm glad that you do if you're the ones that know. So I'm constantly doing God's work wherever I go, and the things that He has me doing. Much is given, much is required, and I know what that means firsthand. And I'm here to serve. And leaders, when we're servant leadership, there's classes in servant leadership. I really recommend you take those classes, because leaders should not be bosses. Leaders lead by serving first. And that's what we all need to do. Humble ourselves. And with this thing going on that many people are calling it coronavirus, I'd like to actually, Scott, do me a huge favor. If you can Google where the name corona came from, meaning how do they make up these names? Would they pull it out of a hat? Let me call it corona instead of Dos Equis. I don't know. Double X, Dos Equis. I'm going to call it corona. And people are making fun of this corona thing. But you know what? the player, the athlete, what's his name? Jazz. He was busy. Rudy Gobert. What was he doing? He was making fun of things. He was grabbing all the microphones, and now his locker buddy is sick too, and he actually publicly had to apologize, to say the least. And I was sitting in Hyde Park at a restaurant where the people left to right of me were also making fun of this. And I just said, Lord, touch them, smack them some sense or something. I'm not saying to live in fear, because I will not. I'm not saying to live in panic, because I will not. I'm not going to allow that to change whatever I need to do unless they cancel the places that I need to go to. You found it?
Yes. The coronavirus gets its name from a distinctive corona or crown of sugary proteins.
That's the drink, man. That's the drink.
That projects from the envelope surrounding the particle, encoding the virus's makeup in the longest genome of any RNA-based virus.
Well, corona in Spanish, in English is crown. So I guess they thought, Spanish. And also to my families in Brazil, in Spain and Brazil, they're being affected too. If you guys are following me on social media, I shared a link where it updates regularly to show you how many cases have been affected by it and how many deaths by country, by zone, by state. I mean, it shows it like a graph. The countries all in red. It shows you who's got it worse. But at this point, we're not going to say, well, at least they got it worse and we don't. You just never know. Don't take life for granted. Do what you can today and, let tomorrow worry about itself. What I do encourage people is to drink a lot of water. I was reading this morning that, let me read to you guys what I've been sharing on social media. And shout out to also the Guardian Liberty Voice. Thank you for bringing me on board and to be one more voice. I have one more platform to speak the truth. And to Punch TV Studios as well. Thank you for doing what you're doing. And I know that you guys are working on a lot of great things to come, and people will hear what those things are. And so I shared this information because it was shared to me. Is that you making that noise? Or is that a phone call? And the information that's been given, some of it is common sense, but I understand that it's not always common to people. So why not share the information with you guys, right? Because I believe that it's important to stay educated and stay abroad on what's happening as far as your community, how people are being affected. The new NCP coronavirus may not show signs of infection for many days. How can one know if he or she is infected? By the time they have fever and or cough and goes to the hospital, the lungs is usually 50% fibrosis and it's too late. Taiwan experts provide a simple self-check that we can do every morning. So I hope you guys are taking note of this. Take a deep breath. Do it while I'm telling you one, okay? While I'm telling you. Take a deep breath and hold your breath for 10 seconds. Come on, Juan. If you can complete it successfully without coughing, without discomfort, stuffiness, or tightness, etc., it proves there is no fibrosis in the lungs, basically indicating no infection. In critical times, please self-check every morning in an environment with clean air. How you feeling? Good. You got all red. Look at that. You matching your shirt now. This is excellent advice by Japanese doctors treating COVID-19 cases they've been treating. Everyone should ensure your mouth and throat is moist, never dry. Take a few sips of water every 15 minutes at least. You guys hear that? Juan, where's your water?
We're low.
There's a case in my trunk.
I got water in my
That's
trunk.
a good place to have it. You should have it with you because you're talking here. You need to keep your mouth, moist, never dry. Take a few sips of water every 15 minutes at least. Why? Well, even if the virus gets into your mouth, drinking water or other liquids will wash them down through your esophagus into the stomach. Once they're in your stomach, then your stomach acid will kill all the virus. If you don't drink enough water more regularly, then the virus can enter your windpipes and into the lungs. That's very dangerous. Please share this information with your family, friends, and everyone you know. And I shared it on my social media, on LinkedIn as well, because it's important to stay educated, get educated. You know, everything happens for a reason. And I see that people are getting educated. I see people that probably didn't wash their hands before going to the bathroom are washing them now. We're using so much alcohol now in that sanitizing liquid, that sanitizer liquid, that's soap in there. Please be careful in using it in your children's hands. If they are toddlers and infants, instead, why don't you wash their hands with soap and pat them dry, not completely all the way. Or the wipes, but be careful. They have alcohol in there. They can have that alcohol intake by putting their hands in their mouths. If you put too much in their hands, just be cautious. You know, God said, be wise, not be stupid or ignorant. So it is time that we wake up, we educate ourselves, get into going and doing your research for yourself. America may not be telling us everything. Go into foreign news. Compare. You never know. I've been given news, and I won't share it. I don't want to have people panic. I've been given news by some reliable sources. One happens to work with the government, and she is training doctors on how to test for this alleged virus. It's not only in skin contact, people. Okay, so we do need to be vigilant of things. Carry wipes with you, antibacterial wipes. Clean things before you touch them. Wash your hands. Clean things before you leave. And in the gyms, I've noticed people stop using the machines. They walk away and don't clean them. And it says when you enter, I don't know if you've been there, Juan. If you're not working out, then you probably haven't. It says, please wipe when done. It only takes an extra minute. Stop being lazy. You don't want to get infected by anything, period. Bacteria stays alive in certain places. And then the sweat glands, you don't know if that person's been sick and just figured, let me go to the gym and sweat it all out. Now you got sweat glands all on this equipment. Carry some antibacterial wipes. I always have wipes in my car. I have feminine wipes. I have hand wipes. I have butt wipes. I have wipes. Period. Clorox wipes to clean the car.
Are you telling me you were just at the gym then? And do they have the wipes there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's actually the spray. They have all the paper towels, spray and clean. Clean. I've gone to the gym. I know this. I have seen this. What I'm telling you is not necessarily something that I just read in a book or on a newspaper. Some of it is I've been there, done that. Some of it is I've witnessed it. I've seen it. I've heard it myself. And especially if I lived it, I'm for sure going to tell you, because those are my testimonies and people learn from them. So it is, what time is it, Juanito? It's 40 minutes after the hour, and we got a commercial or a caller? We got a commercial. All right, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Where is surroundings?
Mi nombre es José.
I don't need it.
De México, Michoacán. Yo vine acá en el 2012.
Meet Rosa Lee. She's from Mexico and came here in 2012. She began working, but wanted to expand her knowledge and employment opportunities.
When I came here and I started working in a factory, it wasn't for me. I decided to enroll to mental center, like teachers.
Do we have anything afterwards?
It wasn't easy. She had to
Any show after?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yours. Oh, what you call it?
I didn't
This
know
year's.
English. You have to believe in yourself. I can do this.
And she did.
Okay, let's see what you guys are talking about over there on Facebook. And you want to type something, Juan, on our YouTube? Hola.
Now is the time to develop your creative sales center.
We're interactive on YouTube too, guys, not just on Facebook.
Class schedules and free childcare. And
Juan, are you dying to talk?
HS.org.
When it's time to go, your sewer
good?
must flow. Call Northwest Indiana Sewer Services to unclog your toilets, bathtubs, face bowls, kitchen sinks, and laundry tubs. We can quickly get your drain flowing at affordable prices using state-of-the-art equipment. Northwest Indiana Sewer Services is licensed and bonded with expert staff offering speedy response time. Contact Northwest Indiana Sewer Services at 219-455-3029.
Someone just said not true.
Remember,
What's that?
when it's time
Dr.
to
Leah
go,
Thompson.
your sewer must
Don't just say not true. Share the doggone information, right?
Not true. About what?
What I just read, the virus. Let me just tell you, you really want the truth, people? This woman, Leah Thompson, friend, doctor, whomever she is, she says not true. There's an entire news broadcast in this viral message. Well, then show it, share it, so people will know. I stand corrected if I'm wrong. I just copied and pasted. That's what I did.
Owned and operated by Manuel Smith.
From trustworthy people.
More than 20
But
years of experience in the
I don't claim to be perfect because I am not.
Call Agape at 219-588-8548.
Are you nervous, one?
Yeah.
Agape at 219-588-8548. Agape.
Can I do what I'm doing?
Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran cielito lindo los corazones. Ese lunar que tiene cielito lindo junto a tu boca. Okay, let me stop. No se lo des a nadie, cielito lindo, que a mí me toca. Okay, I'm not a singer. I don't claim to be. I have the right. I don't have the rights to this song, but I have the rights to sing it. What you think?
Sure.
Sure? So, sure. I told you to tag me.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? Right, I told you to tag me, Juan.
You're good. That's fine.
Are we on or not yet? Scott,
I'm only here.
are we on or not yet?
No,
We're streaming?
30 seconds.
I know, we're talking about streaming.
Oh, yeah, we're streaming.
We're streaming?
WLTH 1370 AM Facebook.
Oh, we're streaming through Facebook?
Yeah. Which, like I said,
You acting like I'm supposed to know this one. Yeah?
20 seconds.
I have texted it to you, you promise.
Okay.
And emailed it to you. Or one.
Hábitos de limpieza. Sí, mi Vicky. That's right, Vicky. All right, welcome back. Bienvenidos aquí. Regresamos en AM 1370 y también 92.7 aquí en WLTH AM 1370 y 92.7 FM. Acuérdense de esos números. And we are live on our WLTH2. What is the page called? Facebook, what? WLTH?
AM
1370. So go to Facebook as well. Also the Nuestra Comunidad NWI friends page, like our page as well, Nuestra Comunidad NWI, LTH rather, for wealth of information here. Issues and answers will be coming up next. I wonder what they're going to talk about. Like everybody else, the coronavirus. It's taken up a lot of my time and brain, and now I'm going to be doing breaking news. Now, all the athletes, guess what? They're shut down. Not one sport is open. They're all shut down. All games are canceled. And what I was saying, imagine if every player, let's see, let me take a guess. How many sports do we have here in America? A lot, right? Like maybe more than 5, yes? Okay. And how many teams do we have in America? There's a team for each state, yes? No, not every state?
All the major cities have teams.
Okay, so would you say it's over 40 teams?
Oh, yeah, combined, yes.
Right. Imagine if they were all just roughly on a low ball figure, if each player were to donate $200,000. That's chump change to them because they get paid millions of dollars.
Not every player.
$200,000 each player were to donate to help people in need, to buy medication, to, at first this test was $3,000 to test. They weren't offering it for free, but now they are. And now we had to wait for our president to say, guess what? I guess I got to take this serious now. He wasn't taking it as serious, knowing that even his person was sick. What was his name? What was the guy's name that got sick? from the White House.
Colbert? Oh no, from where?
The Republicans.
Cruz.
Ted Cruz is one,
but he's not.
But there's someone else. Yeah. There's someone else in office, and it's like how people are not proactive; they are reactive, and America is more reactive than proactive. I have seen in hospitals that they rather wait for something to happen to make something happen. I don't get it. When it comes to security, they wait for something to happen in the hospital for them to now wake up and have more security, have them sign in here and there. I once some time ago was in a community hospital, and I said, you guys just let this man, which happened to be then a boyfriend of mine, just let him cross and go in, and you don't even know who he is, and you don't even know where he's going. But luckily, I happen to know who he is, but I just watched you just let him pass by without asking for, where are you going, sir? Nothing. They just walk in. Why are we that dense in the cabeza? We need to be more proactive than reactive. We need to take preventive measures just in case. I'm not saying live in fear, because I will not. I'm not saying panic, because I will not. And there's a lot of people panicking out there. Why? Well, thank goodness for this. It's got you cleaning. I saw people cleaning. Where was I today? And I said, oh, wow, they're really cleaning the counters. At Best Buy. I was there earlier. Wow, I actually seen them clean with wipes. They should be doing that, period. Why? Because people are always grabbing the phones, testing them, grabbing this, grabbing their TVs, testing the screens, and no one's wiping them. And we're not wiping ourselves either, our hands. So you see, there's always something good out of something bad. And it's unfortunate, the American way is people make scandal for profit.
Señorita, let me say this. What do you think is one of the main reasons they're doing what they're doing right now in terms of shutting the schools and a lot of other facilities, including like if you have someone in prison right now, they're not taking any visitors in prison? What do you think they're doing this right now?
Why?
Why?
I think
you just said the word. It starts with a P.
They're trying to prevent. They're trying to prevent from other people coming into contact, but I think that they should also educate the people that are in those places, the people that are in prisons, what they need to do, because that happens to be a filthy place in some places too, especially if they're private prisons. I've heard they're not such in very good condition. So imagine what kind of other stuff they have in there, what kind of other stuff they catch in there. So don't freak out from this. Yes, it happens to be the worst because it's hit entire countries. But we've died, people have died of other things, meaning larger numbers of flu. We didn't panic when it was the West Nile virus. We didn't panic when it was Ebola. We didn't panic when it was, H1N1, the swine, the mosquito bug flu, whatever. You know what? We just need to really pay attention to what's happening in our homes, how we're taking care of homes, how we're taking care of our kids. Are we teaching them to wash their hands? Are we teaching them to grab the door with something in their hands? Wear some gloves. If you're that lazy to wash your hands, wear some gloves. Wear gloves. And I know in some places they've run out of supplies because people panic. I don't get the toilet paper thing either, unless that they think the flu is bigger than the virus that they're talking about, and it's the stomach flu. I don't know, but I was going to make fun of that. And I just said, I'm going to be one more. I'm not going to do that. I looked at my toilet paper rack that's there. It's got like 9 rolls. And I said, you guys need some paper? I have extra. And I said, I'm not going to do that. Anyway, it's 50 minutes after the hour. I hope you guys have at least learned something today. Someone just said it's not true what I read about the drinking water. It makes sense. Drink some water, okay? Any education, any precaution is good. It's good. And let me just tell you, the natural antibiotic is what? Juan, do you know what the natural antibiotic is?
Not coming to me right now.
You don't know? What kind?
Ginger tea?
Ginger. That's been my favorite. I gave up coffee for Lent, so I am drinking tea. I'm drinking ginger. I'm boiling some ginger roots, and then I have some turmeric and ginger tea bags. And so I add that in there, put a little honey in there, and voila. That's what I need, because I do need to nurture my voice. I use my voice a lot. You know, I have that gift of gab. And
sometimes too much, but it's okay.
Well, that's your opinion, but I don't like opinions. I'll stick to
okay, where's your
facts.
documentation?
I'll stick
Show
to
me your
facts.
documentation.
What documentation?
You keep telling me, where's my documentation? Where's yours?
I have a gift.
Okay.
And that's to speak life over people. And that's to speak, to minister to people. That's my gift. And when I'm interpreting, that's my gift. That's my ministry. So my voice is priceless. My voice is important. One.
Yes, I wasn't
that's what
referring
I'm saying.
to that part of it.
I need to nurture it.
The other part
I need to
take
care of it. We got a caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Put out a decree today. Would you have to know? Could you repeat that? And if you have that, thank you.
For which again? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Did you catch it? Can you repeat?
She wants to know if you heard anything about the mayor's office decree here in Gary against Jerome Prince. I did not catch it. So
I did hear Natalie and Jeff this morning talking about it, but they also mentioned that it was only going to be a Facebook Live interview where not everyone has Facebook.
Are you talking about the consent decree for Gary Sanitary District?
About.
Is that what you think she's talking about?
Something. Well, they were talking about something. I think that was some kind of press conference or something that the mayor of Gary was supposed to have today. I think, I don't know for sure because I only got part of the conversation, but it was going to be a Facebook Live interview. I mean, the conference.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Okay. I think we got the caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Yeah, that was me. I was talking about in terms of the public health. I thought that was something went out, some guidelines, and that's what I was.
Okay. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Thank you so much for calling.
Can I say this real quickly while you guys looking at, ladies, caller? There's a website for the Indiana State Department of Health.
She's talking about Gary specifically.
Well, if this is for the whole state. I'm sure it's not going to be any different. The website for the Indiana State Department of Health is in.gov/ISDH. That is the website for our Indiana State Department of Health, which I'm sure, like I read, all the health directors for each and every state each and every city or town in this state of ours is communicating with the state, and as well as they're communicating with the CDC. The website for the CDC is cdc.gov/COVID-19.
And you know what? I just noticed that Jerome has his inaugural gala, and I'm wondering if that is canceled. Because the governor says not to have crowds of more than 250 people. Our church services actually have been canceled, actually brought down to 40-minute intervals of mainly prayer. And our church is big, so we had to cancel Jesus of Nazareth play. And it was the premiere coming up this Saturday. We were having the patriarch of the Orthodox Church from Jerusalem was going to be with us this Saturday, along with dignitaries. But because of what the governor and the health department had brought out, he has to also be obedient to that. We are not saying that we should live in fear. We're going to continue to be in prayer for our families, for our loved ones, for people. I know that some people are sick. Do not attempt to go to work sick because your immune system is down. Someone else can get you sicker, or you can get someone else sick. Just take precaution. I don't walk in fear either, and just be cautious about things. And caller, I'm sorry, I was not privy to that. I will next time. I know that the station is in Gary, but I'm not going to always focus in Gary because we have other hosts that are coming on afterwards, and they're more focused into Gary. I'm focused nationally and also international sometimes, but I felt that this information that I was bringing out, I think was important. But it's also let's keep it positive. Let's speak life. Let's do what we have to do. Drink water. Wash your hands regularly. If you're going to sneeze, use the elbow arm. If you don't have a tissue, use the elbow thing, like Elmo. And so with that being said, we're going to get going. Want to throw anything else you got to say? I know that all the sports are canceled. I know that all the schools are closed. And so may we all be safe. Let's continue to pray. Let's continue to press on. Don't give up. Don't let this depress you because the enemy is busy, and that's one way to get you. So don't let your mind get the best of you. Why don't you control it and live as best as you can? So until tomorrow, right?
So the sports and the schools are temporarily closed, not permanently.
Indefinitely. We don't know when. Till next time, we'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. here en Nuestra Comunidad Noroeste de Indiana. Hasta la próxima. Nos vemos mañana a las 10 de la mañana aquí, en la misma estación, en el mismo lugar, WTH AM 1370 y 92.7 FM.
Adios.
Until next time. Yes. Hey, till next time. Right?